10th class students, good morning all of you. In the last class, I had explained how the potter has become a brave potter and continuation of this lesson in the part 3 you are going to know. Next paragraph, let me read paragraph. A few years later, war broke out between the potter's country and much a stronger neighbor. The king immediately gathered a large army. But he realized that it was not strong enough to save his country from defeat. He needed a hero to lead his army. Where could he find such a brave man? The king hurriedly called his ministers together and asked their advice. One of the ministers remembered the story of the brave potter. Your Majesty, the minister said, I know someone who can lead our army. The king immediately sent a messenger to the potter's house. When the potter realized that he had been made general of the army, he became frightened. The king had ordered him to go to the palace the next day. How could he, a poor ignorant potter, become the general of the army? He had never carried a sword, nor never he ever ridden a horse. A few years later, war broke out between the potter's country and much stronger neighbor. So, in the previous part of the lesson, I explained how Potter had become a brave Potter. Unknowingly, in a drunken state, he had caught the tiger. He thought that it was his donkey. He caught that donkey and he caught that tiger. He felt it was his donkey. He tied to the tree with an iron chain. The villagers who passed by passed the potter's house looked in amazement. The potter had caught tiger. It was the tiger was very troublesome and it had eaten all the buffaloes and goats of many villages. They tried to catch him but they failed. However, it was done by Potter, simple Potter, but all the villagers appreciated and praised him for his modesty, being caught the tiger also. He was very modest, that means very simple and without proudness, and he was very brave. All the villagers appreciated him. So a few years later, war broke out. War broke out means start to happen. Broke, start to happen between Potter's country and the other neighbor country. That was much stronger than this country. But king immediately gathered. Gathered means collected. Gathered, collected a large army, but he realized it was not strong enough to save his country from defeat. But he noticed that what he gathered large army was not stronger than enemy's army. So he needs a hero to lead his army. Where he could find such a hero, he questioned himself. The king hurriedly, very fast, king hurriedly called his ministers together and asked their opinion and asked their advice. King immediately called all of his ministers and asked their advice. One of the ministers remembered the story of the brave potter. Among those ministers, one of the ministers says, he had known about the story of brave potter. So immediately the minister says to the king, "Oh, your majesty, I had known one person, that is who lead our army." The king immediately sent a messenger to the potter's house. Immediately sent a messenger. Messenger means a messenger is a person who carries a message. A messenger is a person who carries a message. When the potter realized that he had been made general of the army, he became frightened. So, general of the army, when the potter when the potter realized that he had been a general of the army, That means general means an officer of a very high rank in the army. An officer of a very high rank in the army. So he became frightened. He was very frightening. He became afraid and he was so fearful, frightening, and he became frightened. The king had ordered him to go to the palace the next day. So hurriedly here, what I am telling you, hurriedly king had a meeting with the ministers and he wanted a hero to lead the army. One of the ministers says there was a porter who caught the tiger. He was very brave person. I know the brave porter story. He said, who said one of the ministers says. King immediately sent a messenger to the porter's house and he ordered him to come to the palace the very next day. And after knowing this news, the porter was very frightened. What news? He is going to become general of the army. So he became very frightened, but that was the king's order to reach the palace very next day. And how could he, a poor ignorant porter, not ignorant means not having the knowledge of something, become the, how could he, poor ignorant porter, become the general of the army? He had never carried a sword and never he ridden a horse. He never rides a horse, he never carries a sword. Oh, I shall die because of that stupid donkey, groaned the porter to his wife. He has only brought us trouble. Groaned, make a deep sound of pain. Groaned means make a deep sound of pain because he was feeling upset. Because of feeling upset. Oh, I shall die because of that stupid donkey. He groaned, make a deep sound of pain because he was feeling really upset because of that stupid donkey. He has to face all this trouble. He has only brought us trouble. Who has brought us trouble? Donkey. Donkey has brought them trouble, he said to his wife. The next day he went with his wife to the capital. The king was pleased to see him and ordered the porter to lead the army into battle the next day. The enemy were not far from the gates of the city. A splendid house had been prepared for the porter and his wife. The horse which would carry him into battle was ready in the stable. The next day he went. According to king's order, messenger came to the porter's house and he asked him to come to the palace. That was the message sent by the king to the porter. So according to king's order and message, he had to go to the palace. The very next day he went with his wife to the capital. The king was very happy to see the porter and he asked him to lead the army in the battle the very next day. The enemy were not far away from the gates of the city. They were at the gates of the city. A splendid house, that means very good, wonderful house, was given to the porter and his wife to live in. And the horse which would carry him into battle was ready in the stable. He explained everything to the porter. He is going to become the general of the army. He had to lead the army. He had to fight against the opposite kingdom. They are very strong enough than us. That's why they are waiting for this brave general of the army. So, however, he was given a splendid house to live in along with his wife, and the horse which would carry him was ready in the stable. The night the porter could not sleep. He was nervous and worried because he did not know how to ride a horse. If I fall off, everybody will laugh at me, he thought. I'll get up very early tomorrow and practice riding the horse. At dawn, the porter woke up his wife and they went to the stable. They saw the beautiful brown horse ready for its new master. Oh, how tall he is, sighed the porter. I shall never be able to climb onto his back. So next day he went to the capital and king felt very happy to see him, and he was given a splendid house to live in along with his wife, and the horse was also a beautiful brown horse is ready in the stable. And the night porter, at that night, the porter could not sleep. He was worried, he was nervous, he was frightened because he did not know how to ride a horse. How to ride a horse he didn't know, but he never rode a horse. How to ride a horse now? He said to his wife, and if I fall off, everybody may laugh at him. He felt very unhappy and he thought it, and he shared this thing to his wife. And I'll get up very early tomorrow and practice riding the horse, he said. At dawn, dawn means very early morning, the porter woke up his wife and they went to the stable. They both went to the stable. They saw the beautiful brown horse and it was waiting for its new master. Who was the new master here? Porter. It was waiting. Who was waiting? Beautiful brown horse was waiting for its new master. Oh, how tall he is. On seeing the tiger, he says, oh, as soon as he saw the horse, he said, how tall he is. Sighed the porter. Breathe out, sighed, breathe out. I shall never be able to climb onto his back. I can't climb onto his back, he said. Put this bench beside him, said his wife, and use it as a step. Okay, his wife said, advised him, suggested him to put a bench beside of the horse, and by taking help of that bench, he got onto the horse and use it as a step. Who said? His wife said. Even with the help of the bench, the porter had much difficulty climbing onto the horse's back. When he was finally seated, he found that the saddle was very slippery. Please tie my feet to the stirrups, dear wife, said the porter. Otherwise, I shall certainly fall off. So, even with the help of the bench, also, it is very difficult for him to climb onto horse's back. So, finally, he was seated. He found that the saddle means leather seat. Saddle means leather seat. A leather seat. A leather seat, he found that it was slippery. Please tie my feet to the stirrups. Stirrups means metal rings hang down on either side of the horse's saddle that support to the rider. The metal rings hang down on either side of horse's saddle that supports rider. Stirrups means metal rings hang down on either side of the horse's saddle that supports the rider. Okay, please tie my feet to the stirrups, dear wife, said the porter. Tie his feet to the stirrups, he said to his wife, and he asked his wife, otherwise he shall certainly fall off, he said. So he asked his wife to tie his feet to the stirrups. Stirrups means metal rings hang down on either side of the horse's saddle that give support to the rider. Saddle means a leather seat. His wife found some rope and bound her husband's feet tightly to the stirrups. She then passed the rope underneath the horse and tied the two stirrups together. She also passed a length of rope around the porter's waist and tied him to the saddle. She also passed a length of rope around the porter's waist and tied him to the saddle. So he was tied to the leather seat. His waist and waist also tied to the saddle. Now please tie my hands to his neck. He asked his wife, please tie hands to his neck, said the porter. Meanwhile, the big brown horse was impatiently pawing his hoofs on the ground. So when the porter's wife tried to pass another rope around its neck, the horse suddenly jumped free. So she is trying to pass the rope around its neck, and suddenly the horses jumped free. It galloped out of the stable with the porter hanging like a sack of rice on its back. It galloped. Galloped means move very fast. Galloped. Move very fast. Move very fast. So it galloped out of the stable with the porter was hanging like a rice bag on its back. Only the ropes kept him from crashing to the ground. The porter held tightly to the horse's neck and prayed to all the gods to save his life. After galloping through the quiet streets, the horse crashed through the city gates and raced across the open fields. It leapt over fences and streams and began to head for the enemy's camp. When the porter realized where they were going, he tried harder than ever to stop the horse. He pulled wildly on the reins, but it was no use. The horse galloped on. So, when she was trying to pass another rope to its neck, the horse impatiently started jumping. It moved very fast and galloping over the fences and fields, and he is reaching somewhere. And he realized, whenever he realized where they were going, then he tried to stop the horse, but he couldn't stop the horse. But there was no use. The horse galloped on. The horse was running very fast and jumping very fast. He could not stop the horse. He tried harder, but he couldn't stop the horse. In the next part, we shall meet again, students. Read the completed part of the lesson. In the next part, we shall meet again. Thank you.